Ryan Poles believes the Bears could win the NFC North Division in 2023. Is that a shock to any of you? Sports Talk Chicago, here with Jon Zaghloul. Appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel for more Bears content. We do it every day during the week. Clay Harbor and Corey Wooten are also part of this network, so make sure you subscribe. Hit us up on social all over the place at Sports Talk Chicago. Support our sponsor, Amish Country Farms, for the best Amish food in all of Chicagoland. Hit them up today in Orland Park. So where is everybody who said it's going to take a couple of years? Don't worry about this season, John. You're putting too much on this team. Well, guess what? Apparently, I'm doing what Ryan Poles is doing. Ryan Poles said in a recent interview with The Athletic that the Bears should contend for the NFC North title in 2023. Poles said this in regards to having there be a different vibe inside the locker room. Quote, "It's not even close from last year. This is a different group, practice, meetings, the weight room. I feel like a family starting to come together, even with the rookie class just showing up this past week. There's just a different feeling." And according to this article, by the way, the Bears roster's improved drastically from a season ago, which refutes an ESPN report saying that the Bears did not improve much or at all, or the quote being, not quite. So who's the crazy one now? Everybody's saying, John, you're crazy. Why are the Bears going to compete this year? I expect this to be a 2 or 3 year operation. Not this season. Maybe they'll win 5 or 6 games. BS. This team and this GM has the mindset of we should be contending for this NFC North title this year, right now. And guess what? He's not wrong. He isn't. The signings the Bears made, the moves that they've made, how much they've improved roster-wise and culture-wise, these should be a better team. And they should be competing. Green Bay has too many question marks right now. The Minnesota Vikings had a negative point differential last year, and the Lions are the front runner. As of today, anything's possible, and anything could change at any given time. Justin Fields is definitely going to improve this season, and if he doesn't, then we have a real problem on our hands, but he will be better. The Bears have 3 bona fide targets at wide receiver: DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, and Darnell Mooney. 3-headed monster running back, Deontay Foreman, Roschon Johnson, Khalil Herbert. Darnell Wright now in the mix on offensive line. Linebacking help, Edwards and Edmonds. This is going to be a better team than what people think or what people are saying. No, this isn't going to be a 2 or 3 year thing. We have to heighten our expectations. If the Bears general manager is heightening everybody's expectations, then we have to do the same. It'd be different if Ryan Poles said, oh, I don't know, and then I was still saying, hey, they got to win, and they didn't. Okay, fine, whatever. Ryan Poles is boldly stating that this team could contend for a title, a division title, in 2023. Why is that controversial? Why is that wrong? Why wouldn't that make sense? If the general manager can say it, and there's no controversy, why can't we say it? We've been saying it for weeks, months. This team is going to be better. They have to be better. We have to have heightened expectations. We have to hope that they win the division, win 9 or 10 games, do something significant and productive. This is not a year in which we see a 6-win team and say, great, that's a huge improvement, do it again next year. No. I understand in the NFL it's hard going worst to first, but the Jaguars just did it. And won a playoff game in 1 year with a new coach. It is possible to do. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard, but it's not impossible. I should put it that way. It's hard, but it's not impossible. Trevor Lawrence, second-year QB. Doug Peterson, first-year head coach, turned that team around. Now, second-year head coach Matt Eberflus, third-year QB Justin Fields. Why can't the Bears go 9-8? 10-7 in 2023. There's no excuse. And Ryan Poles is affirming that here. He accurately states that there is a different vibe, a different feeling with this team. They're turning into a family, as they should be. This team has had more resources dumped into it, more money spent on it, and more care and action from the general manager. Of course, he's going to say they should be competing, as they should. That's the point. They should be competing. They should be better. Look at last year's team. The Bears cut ties with all their veterans, had so much dead cap space. Ryan Poles just came in, didn't know what he was doing, and had so many issues. So there's a difference here. Way different. I believe Ryan Poles when he says that they should be contending for a division title. I believe it. I think that's accurate. I think that's fair. We've been saying it here for weeks, if not months. And everybody wants to be scared. Oh, I don't know if they should do that, or I'm going to be happy with something less. Oh, the general manager's now expecting it. If the GM's expecting it, the whole team's expecting it, and I'm expecting it too. I'm expecting a better season out of this Bears team. No reason why they shouldn't be better. No reason why that's controversial. They should be better. Vastly improved. Think about just the sheer amount of money spent on this year's team versus last year. That should tell you enough about where the Bears are mentally and what their expectations should be and are for this year. If the Bears didn't want to win or didn't think about winning, they'd do what they did last year. Tank, no money spent, tons of dead cap space, building up their cap space. This year, they spent a lot of money and invested in a lot of players and made bold moves, bold trades in an effort to be better and to bring about an opportunity in which they would win more than they lost. Finally, somebody else is thinking the way we are. I guess good minds think alike, because this is what I've been saying. This is what we should be expecting. Not mediocrity, not, hey, they won 3 more games. Wow, whoop-de-doo. No, they should be 8-9, 9-8 minimum. They should be contending for the title, if not at least a wild card spot. They should make the playoffs. The resources have been invested, the time has been spent, and the expectations have now officially, by Ryan Poles, been heightened. Time to take off the training wheels and get ready for the big boy bike. That's what this is. That's what this should be. So starting today, and as we move forward into the NFL offseason and season, we have to keep this stuff in mind. Ryan Poles in May is saying they should be contending for a division title in May. Remember these comments when we get to September and then December. And let's check and see where they are relative to what he said. But I'm all with him on this, 100%. I fully agree with that. You should too. Let's not accept subpar play or slow growth, considering the amount of money that's been spent on this roster now. This is not a roster of misfits or a roster of improvement or a roster of a rebuild or a retool. This is a roster built to win. This is a roster with hundreds of millions of dollars invested in it. It's time we expect bigger and better out of the Bears, especially if Ryan Poles thinks the same way. Thanks for watching today's show here on Sports Talk Chicago. Big thank you to John Meadows directing and producing, and all of you for tuning in. Support our sponsor, Amish Country Farms in Orland Park. Follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago and subscribe to the channel for the best Chicago sports news in town. So long, everyone.